Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where, when. This is a little review just prior to you guys taking a test on parallel structure. And so this opening sentence, I'd really love for you guys to highlight it. It'll be a good clue that you are watching the video. And what it talks about is it's the same pattern of words to show that, again, to show what? That two or more ideas have the same level of importance. And so that's a terrific way of understanding the style, understanding why it's so pleasing to the ear, and it's that creates that rhythm of equals. All right, let's take a look at not parallel and then parallel examples. And then what I love about this handout is it builds, right? So first thing we want to do is find the fanboys word and then try to figure out what's being made parallel, right? Quickly, accurately, and then you break the equality. It's no longer equal when you throw all these extra words in there. And I know you guys have seen this sentence before, but that's too many words compared to the ly, quickly and accurately. So if you go over here and you can see the fix, right? We changed it to the one word, okay? So again, as I go and mark this up, guys, you're expected to mark this up too, and I'll throw you a few points, okay? Look, now we're going to phrase level. So phrases are more than one word, obviously. And we move in and we find the and, right? We find the and then we're going to try to figure out how many words are in the phrases, okay? So how do we do that? Well, look at this. We go all the way for a comma, and we find it, right? And we go all the way. He waited until last minute, so maybe completed and waited. Maybe that's where it stops. And then his motivation was low. And so this is one of those rare examples where the phrasing at the end here needs to be changed or adjusted. And so here's another key that you're watching the video, right? Again, if we take a look at the waited and completed part of this parallel structure, this is a very long phrasing, and then we don't have that similar length of phrasing here at the end, so maybe we would add some words to lengthen it. And what we're trying to do is complete his lab, lacked motivation in keeping his work neat in a careless manner, and then he waited until last minute to what? To study for the exam. So here's where we would lengthen it to make it work. Clauses refers to sentences, and we saw that with Abraham Lincoln's speech, a bunch of that clauses. So I'm jumping into this, and I already see some that clauses. Let's go ahead and find that and. There's your that clause right there near a comma. So we're trying to parallel the that clauses. And we can see afterwards there's not a that. Let's see if we can find another that clause in here. And we do. And if it bothers you guys, I'm not even reading these sentences. Feel free to pause and read the sentences and then get back into the video. So I'm going to do the same thing over here. Again, I'm looking for my that clauses. And let's find out if it has the fix, right? So there it is. So this is a series of clauses that are longer, right? Clauses complete thought, or think of it as a sentence. Okay. And there you go. The clause level is a little challenging, so let's take a look at another one. Let's see if they use the that clause again. Ooh, so it's a that clause structure again. That makes it a little easier for you guys. When I say that clause, if you notice, it sounds like a sentence. There would be time for him to question. There would be time for him to question his slide presentation. And another that clause. Questions would be asked by prospective buyers. And so it's pretty normal structure. It's a good way to add length to your writing. And there you go. Throw some highlights on it. Pretty straightforward, guys. I'm going to add a couple more notes in this video to wrap it up. Oops. Undo that. But I'm sure you guys can highlight and figure out the that clauses here at the end. You don't need to do that. Or watch me do that. Alright, so I went ahead and underlined it real quickly. And then I'd also like you guys to add this note at the bottom of your chart. That clauses. It's like a sentence that starts with that. So pretty straightforward notes. All this underlining is identifying the phrasing, the words or the clauses that are meant to be equal or parallel in structure. When we take that idea, we can also apply it to this space between not only and but also. That moment should be parallel with this moment after. And again, the phrasing is somewhat equal, and that's our goal. Same thing with either or structure. Remember, that's about options. So you can have either soup or salad, and so on that example, that's a word example. We want the wording to be equal or parallel. And then the neither nor structure, remember, a good way to think about that is the N words go together. But again, the phrasing, the words, or the clauses are similar or parallel in structure. Another good tip right here, guys, and I'm going to ask you to write this down, is think of at least, right? You could do 2, 3, 4, 5. That might get a little wordy at past 3, but think of a couple of nots. So if you don't like fish and fruit on your pizza, I neither like fish nor fruit on my pizza, right? And think of the words and how they're parallel. All right, for the examples down here, make sure you guys are rewriting the entire sentence and then paying attention to the underlined portion. There's something that could be not parallel, not similar in structure. By the way, if it's good, you can write no change, just like you'll be doing on the test, and then that'll make the idea a little easier. Again, if it needs fixing, rewrite the entire sentence. If it does not need anything, like the parallel structure looks good, then you can simply write no change and move on to the next one. All right, guys, thanks for watching. By the way, if you want a little extra credit for making it all the way to the end of the video, go to the very end of your document. Don't look at the key, guys. Don't look at the key. Go to the very end of your document and write the weirdest number you can think of, 0.333999. All right, guys, that'll give me a clue you made it to the end of the video. Thanks for watching. I'll try to find that and give you extra credit. Have a good one.